Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah, the grace of Allah Ta'ala. New Bab today. Read the first hadith of Barakah, inshaAllah. Okay, read. عن سهل بن سعد قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يحشر الناس يوم القيامة على أرض بيضاء حمراء Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Babul Hashri, the chapter of Hashr. قال الله تعالى على رأس القرآن لقد جئتمونا كما خلقناكم أول مرة سورة كهف. And لقد جئتمونا, and we will bring you كما خلقناكم, like how we created you أول مرة, the first time. So that was, like however you've been created. I mentioned to you that, if you lost a limb, you lost the organ, whatever, you will be created with all of that. Again, you will be recreated with all of that on the day of Qiyamah. Right. So the meaning of Hashar is to gather something. Ikatta karna. وَنَحْشُرُهُمْ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ. That also comes in the Quran. When this happens, it's okay. Just ignore it. Right. So that is why Qiyam is called Yawmul Hash. So we the Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah, we believe that you will be given life again. You will be resurrected for a second time, bodily. It's not something which is spiritual or something. Like I told you, some of these people I used to speak to on the groups, the Quranists, the Munkirin, Hadith, etc. They say no, Qiyamah, Jannah is something spiritual, the state of the mind, and they give all that type of interpretations. Maybe it's because they find it difficult to believe that Allah Ta'ala can, resurrect somebody for a second time. So our belief is physically. Remember, you done this also you do it in Balagha and you do it in Usul Fiqh. That the asal is, in all words, is that you take something on the literal meaning. You take it on the literal meaning. You don't go away from the literal meaning unless there's an excuse, a valid excuse to go away from the literal meaning. So same thing here, we take this on the literal meaning. We don't move away from the literal meaning. The literal meaning is that it is something physical. Right. So that is our belief. I told you this is also one of the signs by which you can recognize who the Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah is. If you meet somebody and you want to know, is this person the same belief system as us? Or is this person got a different belief system? You'll ask him, do you believe Jannat is physical? Do you believe Jahannam is physical? Do you believe Qiyamah is physical? It's not a state of the mind or a spiritual state. Like the Hindus, they believe also the Hindus, they believe in reincarnation. Every time you die, you get reincarnated. So if you're a good person, you get reincarnated as a good person. If you're a bad person, you get reincarnated as a bad person. One person we met him was going through a difficult time. We say, I'm going through such a difficult time. In my previous life, I was a powerful king in India, and I used to abuse the people. Today, I'm suffering. And I did mention to you before, there was an article once I saw in a paper. A woman, her husband passed away. Her husband passed away. Then afterwards, she got married to a rat. This is the husband that came back now. This is the husband. So she got married to the rat. The more you study the religion of Islam, the more you can be appreciative. So we don't believe, in fact, inshallah, when we do the Aqidah to Tahawiyah, the Shara of Mufti Raza al-Haq, Asidu Samawiyah, there Mufti Sahib speaks in a lot of detail also about reincarnation and all that type of thing. He gives all the proofs against it. We'll discuss it when we come there. But for the time being, just understand this much, that physically you will be resurrected with your body, your physical body. Even though your body perished, the same body of yours that perished, it will be given life again, it will be given flesh again. So Hasha referred to life being infused again into the people and they being gathered. So yeah, what he's saying is primarily this hadith, this chapter, inshallah, will speak about the hadith that speak about Hashr. Although you see certain hadith, maybe it mentions about the signs of Qiyamah, etc. Like the second hadith here, etc. Sorry, the third hadith. So I did mention to you yesterday the actual Hashr will take on place in Sham, in Syria. And this is maybe one of the reasons why, Syria is such a hotspot. Everybody's after Syria. Why has America got such vested interest in Sham, in that area? Remember, Sham was not only Syria, but Sham refers to the entire area, right? So let's look at the first hadith. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. عن سهل بن سعد قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يحشر الناس يوم القيامة على أرض بيضاء أفراء. So this is these are afra'a, bayda'a. They also two sifats of arad, but because it's غير munsarif, alif mamduda. Remember when the word comes as alamat ta'anis and it's often above the three original letters and it's غير منصرف. So ala aradin bayda'a afra'a, right? Alif mamduda, this alamat ta'anis. And remember this also, it's only at alamat ta'anis when it is over and above the three root letters like Humaira, etc. Right? Hamara is the three root letters. Remember this. So if this Alif Mamduda is part of the three root letters, it's not Ghair Munsarif. Right? And this also referred to Alif Maksura, also the same, right? So Al Ardin Bayda'a Far'a كقرصة نقي كقرصة نقي ليس فيها علم لأحد. So the right now authority of Sahl ibn Sa'd, he said that the Rasul said, the people will be gathered on the day of Qiyamah upon a reddish white earth, like a round qursatin naqihi, a round bread, and there will not be in it any sign for anybody. Muttafaqun alayh. So in other words, that day, يوم تبدل الأرض غير الأرض والسماوات وبرزوا, remember we done that the whole earth will be like a beautiful, soft, white. In here, the Shari says chapati, the chapati. So you'll be able to even eat from it. So soft, beautiful. Gee, loud, bread, yeah, right, correct. Afra means something which is reddish white. I told you, kursa means like a round. I'm thinking like maybe like a naan type of a thing. And here also they say reddish whitish. It means the naan was like brownish like that or something like that. And naqi here refer to naqi normally means something clean. But what it means here is maybe what I would say in this context would mean, see, yeah, 100%. What we say is what we call an English word sieved when it is. Look, a white bread is more processed than brown bread, right? That is what, the brown bread we eat today is not real brown bread. It's a false that if you must eat the real wheat, it's so hard you won't even be able to digest it. You have to make it soft. So the brown bread we eat today is actually a fast. But anyway, the white bread is more processed than the brown bread, and it actually has lesser goodness in it. It actually has less. So this will be like a huge, round, white, soft bread, right? So yeah, the earth is being compared like a round earth to like a big round, like we say roti or paratha or something like that. And this will also be their food on a day. They will be able to break off and eat. Alamun li ahadin, it will be smooth, right? No buildings, nothing. And after I spoke about it, يوم تبدل الأرض غير الأرض والسماوات وبرزوا لله الواحد القهار. Read the next hadith. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم تنزل الأرض يوم القيامة حجة واحدة يتفعل يتفعل تكفى يتكفى يتكفأ بيده كما يتكفأ أحدكم خبزة من سلسلة أو خبزة مثلا لأهل الجنة رجل من اليهود. Okay, stop there. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. وعن أبي سعيد الخدري narrate the authority of Abi Sa'id al-Khudri قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم said تكون الأرض يوم القيامة خبزة واحدة that the earth will be on the day of Qiyamah like one huge bread, roll, chapati, roti, يتكفى الجبار بيده. I don't know if you've seen maybe sometimes with the house when the ladies are making the dough, when they're throwing the thing from one end to the other end like that, to knead, they call it knead, right? So يتكفأ بجد كما يتكفأ أحدهم خبزة like a person knees no like his dough etc. He's suffering. Yeah, they say suffer because me like when you're on a journey you do it quick 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 because you're in a hurry, right? نزلا لأهل الجنة as an entertainment for the people of Jannah. Right? وأتى رجل من اليهودي, a person of the Jews came فقال بارك الرحمن بارك الرحمن عليك يا أبا القاسم. May Rahman show mercy and blessing upon you, O Abu al-Qasim. ألا أخبرك بنزول أهل الجنة? Should I not inform you with regards to the hosting? Nuzul referred to normally like what you prepare for guests. The hosting of the people of Jannah يوم القيامة on the day of Qiyamah. قال بلى. Said yes please. قالت تقول الأرض خبزة واحدة. That the earth will be one large piece of bread. كما قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم, like how Nabi Sallallahu said, right? فنظر النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إليه فضحك. Then Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam looked at him and he laughed. Gee, it's loud, come, makes sense. You, which part? Read out thing. Okay. فنظر النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إلينا فضحك. He looked at us and laughed. حتى بدت نواجذه, until his molars were exposed. In other words, he laughed so heartily that his mouth was open and he's right. ثم قال ألا أخبرك بإدامهم? Did I inform you with regards to their curry? Like, they say, what you call it, idam normally refers to something that you eat with the bread. There's also hadith, ni'mal idam wal khal, the best type of condiment, the best type is vinegar. And obviously, this is the real vinegar, not like the ones we got the fake chemicals. The real one is manufactured from dates and from grapes. But we'll discuss a bit more that also later on in the kitab. Uh, Balamun wa Nunu. They said Balam and Noon. قال وما هذا? They said, what is this? We don't know this word. قال ثور. Balam is from the buffalo. والنون is a fish. يأكل من زوائد كبدها 70,000. That, this was like a delicacy amongst the Arabs. That 70 people will eat from the extra portion of his liver. And this is a muttafaq alay riwayat. So, okay, just a few words here. The relevance of the hadith of the Bab is quite obvious, speaking about the Yawma tubadlu ardu ghayr al-ardi was samawatu, and then about that's the one thing, the earth will be changed, and then the other thing also that it will be changed into bread, it will be edible, and this hadith gives some extra information also that you will be able to, the thing that which you will eat it will be the extra of the liver of a buffalo and of a fish. So remember, this will be huge. Obviously, how many people that's in the akhirat, right? So it's not, you can't compare to the things of the dunya. تكفأ يتكفأ. Yeah, the Sharia say like when when you start moving the dough from the one hand to the other hand to give it the shape. I think more when they're making cook sisters they do that, like take it from the one hand to the other, rolling it and that, right? So Then the safari, the benefit of the word is safar is this, that normally in safar in a hurry you do things quickly. So quick Allah Ta'ala will be like doing that, quickly will be moving. I tell you, Nuzulan is normally to say as an entertainment or as a feast for guests. So you can say like just to show you how this works. Uh, you can say طبخت الخبز نزلا لضيوفي. I prepared this as a feast for my guests that are coming. So nuzula refer to that which is prepared for the guest, right? And obviously here this will be prepared for the people of Jannah. So أتى رجل فقال بارك الرحمن عليك يا أبا القاسم ألا أخبرك right? So this Yahudi came and he asked Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or rather he told Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, should I not inform you what is going to be the gravy or the curry for the people of Jannat, etc. So Balamun, yeah, it's not an Arabic word. It's a Hebrew word. And it is translated as Thawr. It translated, so Balamun wa Nunu. So you're saying a buffalo, and Noon is also a fish. Noonul Lujain. Right? If it was an Arabic word, Sahaba Ikram would have understood it. Sahaba Ikram would have understood it. That the Sahaba Ikram never understood. They didn't know what it was, shows it. It was not a familiar word to them. They never understand what it means exactly. Understood that. And I told you, Noon means fish. When you do a Nahl al-Balaghat al-Wadiha, there's one poem there about Noonul Lujain, but when you, inshallah, do that. So Zaidu Kabidiha. So imagine how huge this fish and this buffalo will be. The extra portion, not only not the liver, Zaidu Kabidiha, a piece of the liver, 70,000 people will be able to eat from it. It is mentioned here in some riwayat that this will be the group that will enter Jannah without hisab and kitab. Okay, I can read the next hadith, inshallah. Carry on. Okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Next hadith. وعن أبي هريرة وعن أبي هريرة قال رسول يحشر الناس على ثلاث طرائق. Narrating authority of Abu Hurairah radiallahu ta'ala anhu. He said that Rasulullah said, people will be gathered in three groups or three roads. Rahibina, rahibina. Rahib means to have hope. Rahibina, fearing something. So you say, rahbata wa rahba. Wasnani ala ba'irin. And two upon a camel. Wasalathatun ala ba'irin. Three upon a camel. Wa arba'atun ala ba'irin. Four upon a camel. Wa asharatun ala ba'irin. And then 10 upon a camel. Right, so that is the two groups. One is Rahibina, Rahibin. Two groups. Then the third group is وَتَحْشُرُ بَقِيَّتَهُمُ النَّارُ. Then the fire will gather or will drive the remainder of them. تقيل معهم حيث قالوا. This is not قال يقول, this is قال يقيل. تقيل means to take an afternoon nap. It will take a nap with them where they take a nap, right? تقيل معهم حيث قالوا. right? تقيل معهم حيث قالوا وتبيت معهم حيث باتوا, and will sleep with them when they sleep. وتصبح معهم حيث أصبحوا, and will wake up with them wherever they wake up. وتمسي معهم حيث أمسوا, and will sleep with them wherever they sleep. Right? متفق عليه. And this is a متفق عليه riwayat. So if you look at this riwayat here, what it is speaking about, it is speaking about the journey towards mahshar, right? So as the people are making their way to Mahshar, as they will be going towards Mahshar, etc., they will be divided into three groups. Tara'iq is the jam of tariqah. And here, we mean there will be three groups of people. There will be three groups of people. So what we're saying is that after people will be given life for a second time, remember the first surah, everybody dead. In the second surah, everybody were given life again. Are you with me? So they're speaking about this instant here. So the people that will be driven, remember we discussed when the surah is blown out, then Rasulullah sallallahu with his Sahaba Ikram, each Nabi with his people, they will be resurrected from their kubur. So after they are resurrected or given life and they're coming out of the kubur, people will be in three groups. The first group, Raghibina, those people will be strongly desirous of Jannat. Second one, Rahibina, those people who will be fearing Jahannam. Right. So there you got that. Rahibina. Then you got Wasnani, Minuhum Yani, uh, and Rahibina or Rahibin. So the same people here that are Rahibin and they are Rahibin. Right? Rahibina and Rahibin. According to the status, they will be mounted on a conveyance and then they will be going to what? Towards the mahshar. So just it makes me think now. Yeah, this thought came to my mind. Look here, that 10 people can't sit on one camel. 10 people can't sit on one camel. But we know you have a conveyance, a car, a jeep, whatever. There you can get several people on one conveyance. So maybe yeah, Rasulullah sallallahu was making reference to the modern type of transportation, making reference to modern type of transportation, because obviously, I mean, it's not possible that 10 people can sit on one. So obviously, if Nabi Sallallahu at that point in time would speak about, he would speak about something nobody would understand. So hence he's been expressing that in this way. So that is now the two types of people. Then the third type, the fire will drive them towards the mahshar. I told you, قال يقيل, not قال يقول, قال يقيل قيلولة. So yeah, interesting. Yeah, it says that this indicates towards east. That the thing that will drive them will be, when they stop, it stops. When they want to spend the night, spend the night. When they want to rest, then they think also rest. You think maybe before this it might be difficult to think about such a huge fire that can drive people. But after you see the fires that happen in LA, decimated entire neighborhoods. To imagine, sir, you weren't with us last year when we done, but we'll do this barb again about the fire outside Medina. There was a fire outside Medina that fire was so huge that the people from Makkah could actually see the fire, and the fire was so huge that the nighttime would appear to be daytime. It was so huge. The light came from the fire. I was just thinking to myself that, if you read that, you would find it difficult to believe it. But after you see those video clips about the fires in LA, it's not difficult to believe and, to what you call it, that, to see that you can have such an intense and such a huge fire. So anyway, here, the Shareef says that these words, it says that the fire will be basically, it won't catch up with them, but it will move behind them at their own pace. So this refer, again, I just reiterate, this refer to the fire that will appear after people are resurrected from their graves after the second surah, which will gather the people, on the plains of Mahshar. Are you with me? So people will be going to the place of Mahshar. Some people on the conveyances, some people walking. Remember, this is not the dunya. This is in the akhirat, because this is after the second surah. So yeah, the way you travel will be reflective of your amal in this dunya, right? Maybe the fire could actually even refer to something which is metaphorical, not a physical fire. Allah Ta'ala knows best. Read the next hadith loud. وَأَنِ ابْنِي Okay, stop there. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. وعن ابن عباس عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال إنكم محشرون. Put a book in a Malikin Associate. Narrating the authority of Ibn Abbas, and he in turn narrates from Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, إنكم محشرون. You will be gathered. أحشر يحشر محشر, and محشرون is the ism al-maf'ul. You will be gathered. Hufatan. What does hufat means? Naked footed, sorry, barefooted, right? Right, uratan, naked, ghurlan, right, with the white marks. ثم قرأ كما بدأنا أول خلق نعيده. And you check the word ghurlan, what it means? Loud? I can't hear what you say. No, sorry, yeah. Yeah, right, correct. Sorry, Jazakallah khair. Ghurlan means, because that is how you are born. You are born uncircumcised, right? Hufatan, uratan, ghurla. Sorry about that, right? Barefooted, naked, and uncircumcised. ثم قرأ كما بدأنا أول خلق نعيده. And there's a proof for this. The Allah says that, look, like how we created you the first time, we're going to return you like that, right? وعدا علينا. There's a promise from our side. إنا كنا فاعلين. Verily we will do that. وأول ما يكسى يوم القيامة إبراهيم. The first person that will be clothed, right, on the day of Qiyamah. So they're saying that you will appear from your grave in this condition that your kafan, whatever, would have perished. The earth would have consumed it, and your body will be re-resurrected or recreated, whatever. And the first person that will get close to it, وأول ما يكسى يوم القيامة إبراهيم, right? وإن خليل الله عليه رحمة وإن ناسا من أصحابي يؤخذ بهم ذات الشمال. Verily a group from my companions, they will be taken to the left. فأقول أصيحابي. I'll say, yeah, this is my companions, these are my followers. Right? أصيحابي. You got a dhamma on the alif or alif. أصيحابي, ne? Loud? You got أصحابي. I got أصيحابي, which is ism tasghir. Okay, you got أصحابي. فيقول إنهم لا يزالوا مرتدين على أعقابهم. That verily they continue to renege after you. Right? Means after you pass away, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they left your deen, right? من فارقتهم, when you left them. فأقول كما قال عبد الصالح, then I will say like how the pious person says, and he is making a reference to Isa alayhi salam. وكنت عليهم شهيدا ما دمت فيهم. But ya Allah, as long as I was amongst them, I kuntu shahidan, I was a witness of what they're doing. Well, in other words, when I left them, I didn't know. I can't be responsible for them. Right? إلى قوله العزيز الحكيم. Then he recited the whole verse, Aziz Hakim. Are you with me? So this is hadith also is relevant with regards to it speaks about the hashar, right? So there's a few things there. In fact, there's something new here also that doesn't appear in the other hadith. Let's look at it. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hufatan means barefooted. That is why I know you heard about the famous sage Al-Bishr al-Hafi. He's that person who said he was a wayward person and he changed his life. And after he changed his life, he used to walk barefooted. And he used to say, how can I? Wal arda farashnaha. Allah says, this earth, we spread it out, you made it a carpet. So he said, how can I work with shoes on the carpet of Allah Ta'ala? But that was his piety, he was taqwa. It was called al-bishr al-hafi. Hafa yahfi hafin. Like masha yamshi mashin. Right? And then the pluralist, hafin hufatan. Right? So a person who is barefooted. Uratan, araya arin, to be empty of something. So to be empty of clothes. Hurlan, uncircumcised. So in other words, exactly like how you are born. That's why people always, when the ulama, whatever, when they're giving their talks, etc., they were impressed upon you. Why do you spend all your energies? Why do you spend all your resources in the pursuit of the dunya? When on Qiyamah Day, you won't even have clothes on you. You won't even have clothes on you. You will be resurrected like how you came out of the womb of your mother. You will be uncircumcised, naked, barefooted. Only thing you'll have with you is your a'mal. And according to the previous hadith there, your journey towards the mahshar will be in according to your a'mal. If your a'mal was greater than your journey towards the mahshar will be easier, it will be more comfortable. And there they speak about the last group, that people that the fire will even, it will, so to say, it will accommodate them. When they want to rest, they will rest. So why expend your energies when you will come, like how they say, say you came into the dunya. So maybe I'm just thinking in my mind like this here. Now came here when you were born, you came naked with nothing, right? And when you leave with nothing. And when you're gonna enter the next phase of your life, you're gonna transition to the next phase of your life, and that is the akhirat. Also, same thing. Tuhsharuna ufatan, uratan, ghurla. You will transition into the next stage of your life also without anything. You will transition into the next stage of your life. It's like a birthing process also. Almost like a birthing process. Anyway, so I was telling you, interesting. Remember why they say, yeah, وَأَوَّلُ مَا يُقْصَى يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ. So you will all be born naked, but the first person that will be clothed in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or rather on Qiyamah Day, will be right. So why would Ibrahim have the honor of being the first person that will be clothed? It's mentioned that because he was the first person who was denuded of his clothes in the path of Allah Ta'ala. Remember, he refused to make shirk and he was threatened to be thrown into the fire. He said, I'd rather be thrown into the fire, but I'll not make shirk with Allah Ta'ala. So they removed his clothes and then he was catapulted into the fire. So because of that sacrifice, he will be honored. Now, there's an interesting discussion that you get here. I'll give you some generic answer. Many a times in the hadith, you will see certain type of virtues for the Anbiya alayhimus salat wa taslim. So the question comes about, we know that according to us, muttafaq, that Nabi Sallallahu was the most virtuous of all the Anbiya alayhimus salat wa taslim. Even in some type of hadith, Nabi Sallallahu alludes to the fact that Ibrahim alayhi salam was more virtuous than him. Like, when in certain places he alludes to the fact that Yusuf alayhi salam was more virtuous than him also. But we say our belief is the over. Inshallah, we're gonna as we progress through Mishkaat Shareef, when we come to the back, the manaqib, we'll do all the virtue of when Nabi says, "Ana sayyidu wuldi Adam wa la fakhra fi biyadi liwa'ul hamd." That I am the leader of all the children of Adam and Salam, and I'm not boasting about it. In my hand will be the flag of praise. So those are the type of hadith that we use to establish the overall virtue of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam on all the Anbiya alayhimus salatu wa taslim, right? So, so what are our answers to these type of virtues? Last year, the previous year, there's a masjid in Durban. It's called Musgrave Masjid. Apparently, a very beautiful masjid. There was a scholar that came from America, and he's quite a famous person. His name is Sheikh Siraj al-Wahhaj. The scholar's name is Sheikh Siraj al-Wahhaj. Generally, overall, he's a good scholar. He could give good bayans, got sunnah libas. But anyway, there in Musgrave Masjid, he tried to propagate this belief that as Ibrahim alayhi salam was the most virtuous of all the Anbiya, and by default, he was the most virtuous of all of Ibn Adam, which is not our belief. Our belief is Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was the most virtuous. But anyway, after the bayan, our ulama, in fact, our as a Mufti Sahib from what you call it, from Spingo Beach, then he said the record said, look, this what this person is saying is not the correct belief of the Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah. The correct belief of the Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah is that Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is the most virtuous person, right, of the entire mankind. So, yeah, this is the main punchline. I'm coming to you now. So, wherever you see that there is virtue for a Nabi over and above Nabi Sallallahu, there's two ways you can interpret it. One is this: you say like this is Fazilati Juz'i, that only in this particular manner is more virtuous than Nabi Sallallahu, but overall, Nabi Sallallahu is more virtuous. Are you with me? And then another way you look at it is this: you say like this, that this virtue is for this Nabi besides Nabi Sallallahu. So, like when we say, I'll point this out to you as we go through the sabak, that the virtue of being the first person to be clothed for Ibrahim is besides what? It is besides uh, Nabi Sallallahu. After Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, as Ibrahim Alayhi Salam will be the most virtuous person to be clothed, right? So you can do it. You can say that this virtue is besides Nabi Sallallahu, or you say this in Arabic, al-fazilatul juz'iyatu la tastalzimu al-fazilatul kulliyah. Being virtuous in one aspect doesn't make him overall virtuous over Nabi Sallallahu in every aspect, right? And then also another answer also is that these are hadith where Nabi Sallallahu indicates or shows that perhaps the other Anbiya are more virtuous than him. We say this was abrogated by the final hadith. It said, Ana Sayyidul Adam wa la fakhra fi, etc. with me. So now that's with regards to that. Because there are quite a few things where Nabi Sallallahu speak about virtue for the other Anbiya. So these three answers I gave you, it is generic answers. You can use it in all these circumstances. Right? Then the next part here, uh, it says that Nabi in certain riwayat say at the Hawd al-Kawthar, when certain people who come and want to drink the Hawd al-Kawthar, they will be taken away. And Nabi some say, hey, these are my companions, why are they being taken away? And it will be said to Rasulullah, you don't know why. Now, the Shias, they use this. Remember, the Shias, their belief is the extreme of them. Maybe the moderate Shia believe that all the Sahaba Ikram, they done wrong. They snatched the Khilafat away from Hazrat Ali and they gave it to Hazrat Abu Bakr. And the more extreme Shia, they believe, Na'udhu Billah, all the companions of Nabi Sallallahu became kafir, save for four. They say Hazrat Bilal, Hazrat Ali, Hazrat Hassan, Hazrat Hussein, Hazrat Fatima, radiallahu ta'ala anhu. Right? Are you with me? The close family, the Ahl Bayt of Rasulullah. So they say all the Sahaba became kafir. Now you see they use this hadith. They say, see what happened. They say, see, Arim say, when Nabi said, وَإِنَّ نَاسًا مِنْ أَصْحَابِهِ يُؤْخَذُ بِهِمْ, will be taken to them, ذات الشمال, to the left. فأقول أصحابي 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 فيقول إنهم لا يزالوا مرتد. They continue to renege على أعقابهم upon upon the translate on the heels, but means like to turn back. منذ فارقتهم, when you left them. فأقول then I will say. So they say this refers to the Sahaba Ikram, na'udhu billah. We say this can't refer to the Sahaba Ikram because there's so much text that speak about the virtue. Radiyallahu anhum wa radu an, etc. ثانية اثنيهما في الغار إذ يقول لصاحبه. We say, remember, we say this refer to the Murtadeen. When Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam passed away, then there were people who just entered Islam recently. They were, so to say, opportunists. We'll do this, inshallah. We'll do it, inshallah. We're still going to come here in Aqidah to Tahawiyah. We'll do this in a lot of detail. They call it the Ridda Wars. They call it the Ridda Wars. That we'll do it in a lot of detail, inshallah. A lot of people became murtad after there were opportunities. They don't want to pay the zakat, etc., right? So we say this refers to them. So because they accepted Islam in the dunya, whilst Nabi Sallallahu was still alive, so Nabi Sallallahu knew them as Muslim, but he did not know what they done after he left. Hence he will say, but these are my companions. These are my companions. That they must also come with me. When somebody writes to them, they must come to the Hawd al-Kawthar and drink also. Then they will be said to, you don't know what they done. I told you, this is referred to the Rida Wars or the that happened in the time of Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu. So the Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah is mujma'ah. They're muttafaq alayh. This does not refer to the companions of Nabi Sallallahu because there's ample and sufficient text proven from the Quran that shows that the close companions of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam did not become murtad. And history bears testimony to the fact that this referred to the opportunists that did not want to pay zakat, etc., with me. Some ulama say refer to these people that it's general, it referred to any ummati of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam that became murtad. Some ulama say it referred to those people who brought some type of innovation to deen, etc. So it is more general. It doesn't refer specifically to those who became murtad in the time of Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala. Are you with me? The time is up. Let's stop there. Let's start with the, inshallah, with the tafsir.